Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Anagha, unicorn teacher with Danakupa School of White Light, and today we are diving into one of the most magical and high vibrational topics unicorns. Joining me today is the wonderful Dr. Ashwini Chube. She's a healer, she's a spiritual guide, and fellow unicorn teacher with me with the Diana Hooper School of White Light. Welcome, Ashwini.
Thank you so much, dear Anagha. It is so lovely to talk on this topic, which is our favorite topic. We are going to talk about unicorns. As everyone knows, our brand is also Unicorns Insights. So today, let's dive into this beautiful world of unicorns.
So, Ashwini, let's begin with the most important question. So, what are unicorns? Many people see unicorns as a mythical creature from fairy tales, or even the ones with kids, resonate themselves with. Like you see these stationery for kids, they have unicorns all over, unicorn pen, unicorn books, unicorn crayons, and the unicorn colors. They love all that. They have the
Yeah,
backpack, which is unicorn, water bottle unicorn, and it's there
yeah,
all over the world.
mm,
All the stationery shops have that, and
true.
these specific brands also, which use beautiful colors, beautiful unicorn
Yeah,
playthings, or even pencils and erasers and
yes,
whatnot. So,
yes,
what is truly a unicorn for
yeah,
everyone else and for adults, according to the teachings of our teacher Dinah
yes.
Hooper?
Yes,
Can you
sure.
explain?
So I'm going to also talk about the stationery and the children's, the why children love unicorns. I'm going to come to that in a bit. But yeah, this is a very beautiful place to begin. As you say, what are truly unicorns? So according to the teachings of our teacher, Dinah Cooper, she's written many books on unicorns, and she is there's a lot of wonderful literature available for people who would like to read more. So unicorns are real spiritual beings, just like angels, right? And they exist in the higher dimensions, especially in the seventh, ninth, and the higher dimensions. Now, unicorns carry the purest frequencies of divine love, wisdom, innocence, joy, and magic. And although they appear more to people like horse like beings with a horn, so many people say, oh, and horses are the same, or are unicorns horses with horns? Their essence is entirely spiritual, energetic. Right now, they have come to earth to help humanity raise its consciousness and to reconnect with the purity and truth. And they especially work with people whose hearts are open, who are ready to awaken spiritually. And I also personally have experienced that people who have higher frequencies. What are higher frequencies? Frequencies like love, hope, possibility, joy. People who are naturally happy, people who naturally connect to the higher frequencies, people who are not bound by limitations, they naturally connect to unicorns. It's just that they are they are connected to unicorns. So unicorns are very much a real concept, and they specially work with people whose hearts are open and who are ready to awaken spiritually.
So basically, in today's 3D Earth,
Yeah,
uh, it's the energy which we feel, right? It's the energy
absolutely.
which we feel, and those people who are more awakened or more
Yeah,
aware of the energies and auras and colors, they
correct,
would
correct.
sense these energies.
They would sense this energy.
Adults, I mean, it's
Yes,
just not
of
just limited
course.
to kids. And
No,
I think
no,
why kids resonate with them so much and they are crazy after the unicorn backpacks and all this, because they actually believe in these energies, because kids are
absolutely.
innocent.
They are innocent,
Their
and
vibrations are
also
high,
their
right?
vibrations are high. They are pure at heart. They do not have any point of views or
Yeah.
created scenarios.
Yeah. They don't
Also,
hold on to negative things.
they don't hold on to negative things. I also feel children are naturally, they are very connected to the energy of joy. An average child would think that everyone around them is good and kind, right? Now, this is exactly the energy what unicorns have, because unicorns have the energy of kindness, openness, positivity. So today, children are naturally very pure. They connect naturally to the higher realms. It's also said that children have a higher sense of clear viewing beyond what our natural eyes can view. The
They
power of
understand, yeah, they understand love, or they
they
understand
understand love,
real feelings from
they
an
understand love.
adult in a
Yes,
better
yes,
way than
yes.
adult can get these feelings or
Absolutely.
vibes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like they now this is like a little off track topic, but I also feel that uh, it's not the job of a parent to raise a child. It's actually children come to parents as a lesson, as a learning. So when anyone who has a child, the child has come to teach the parents something. It's not the otherwise. Many times, like, of course, with modern parenting coming into picture, and especially with the spiritual energies being very high, people have started understanding this. But as opposed to the traditional view where you think that the parents are supposed to correct the children and teach them, it's the other way. Children are teaching parents about unconditional love. Children are teaching parents about joy. And that's why every child who comes to a parent comes forth. Of course, that was a little distraction from the topic. We are not talking about parenting today. But why do children naturally connect to unicorns? Their energy is very high. Now, what do you mean by energy is high? Okay, high energies mean you do not believe in fear. You believe in faith more than fear, right? You do not have limited points of view. So, like, for example, I was just talking to a client 2 days ago, and she said that, if what, like, I asked her, what in an ideal world would you do? And she said, this is what I have a business plan, that this is what I'm going to do, but I don't think that is going to make me money. Okay, now that is a limiting belief. People who have discovered something new, they knew that what they did, no one else had done before, but they still did. Someone who started with AI, maybe 10 years ago, we would have never thought, there is a face like me who is talking in my voice and who is talking like me, or an artificially created image of me, right? But today, people are doing it. When people are doing something new, when people are starting with something new, they have dreamt of it once. Now, this is the unicorn energy, because unicorns are also with those people who bring in something new, maybe new discoveries. Someone who first started a computer, someone maybe when the Wright's brother made the aeroplane, or why even to go for Wright brothers. I would say that anyone who discovered anything new, including the first machine, and of course, in the Vedic times in India, in the ancient Indian civilizations, they had the Vimanas, which is similar to what they call as the aeroplane.
Aeroplanes.
Every new invention, every new discovery which was made was the person had some connection to the unicorns, because unicorns are also they help you with your soul purpose. We are going to come to
Okay.
it in a
So,
yeah.
understood. So basically, just to summarize it in short, what are unicorns? They
Yeah,
are high vibrational beings of energy, beings of
correct,
light, which
correct,
appear in the shape of a horse with the horn in front of them. And
correct.
we sense these energies even as adults if you are aware enough, if you are open enough
Absolutely.
to all
Absolutely.
these things. And
Absolutely.
they basically have playful, fun, new beginnings energy
Absolutely.
which kids have, right? So
Which
that
kids
is
have.
why kids are drawn to them. And
Correct.
this energy is real. So even
Very
though
much real.
people know, adults think and believe that unicorns are mythical creature like fairies
Correct.
and
Correct.
ghouls, and all these things are basically energy. And with our three-dimensional limited vision, everyone
Yes.
is not able to see them, but the
Yes.
energy is around us, and we have to tap into this higher dimensional energy
Absolutely.
when person is
Absolutely.
ready.
So,
Okay.
like I always
Basically
give,
now,
yeah, so I always give this example. So this was one thing which I had learned in one of the classes. I don't remember where they said that, the speed at which a turtle walks or a snail walks is very slow, and the speed at which a bumblebee runs is very fast. Now, for the turtle or for the snail who is walking very slowly, in their size of vision, they will not be able to see the bumblebee, right? Because that frequencies are very different. They will not be with the speed at which they walk. They will not be able to see the bumblebee with their eyes. But does that mean that the bumblebee doesn't exist? No, it very much exists, right? Now, the clairvoyants. are the people who can see beyond the eye. When we sense, so when we say we see unicorns, we sense the energy,
Sense the energy.
right? So that is very important, because people say that no, these things are woo woo. No, the science had said that human vision is in a capacity from, there is a particular limited capacity through which human beings can see. But whatever the humans cannot see, that doesn't mean that they don't doesn't it doesn't exist, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like sometimes our pets sense, like if you have a cat or a dog, they will sense some different energy which you will not be
Yes,
able to see.
yes.
Now now it is just like that. So when we talk about creatures like unicorns or dragons or angels, people who are sensitive, who are higher in
People who have
frequency,
developed these senses, basically
yes,
sensitive, and those it can be developed through
it can
practice.
be developed.
Now,
Yes,
nowadays
just
there are
like
specific courses which kids go to increase clairvoyance. They have these proper mental exercises
absolutely,
created by
absolutely
scientists. So this
created by
is energy
scientists.
science. And
Absolutely.
when a person develops their cognizance and develops their audience, claircognizance, then they are able to see unicorns. So this is
Exactly.
what it
Now, I will again divert the topic a little bit. So I was watching one of the old shows on Mahabharat, which is one of the oldest books of traditional our sacred Hindu literature. And Mahabharat is itihasa, is what we say, which means that once upon a time,
history.
thousands of years ago, it
It is a
was history.
history.
Yeah. So there was a particular episode where Dronacharya ji, who's the guru of Arjun, he he is testing his students, and he puts an alligator in the pond, and it is the students feel as if the alligator is trying to attack their guru, who is Dronacharya. And so then the guru tells the students rescue, Arjun rescues the guru, and the guru tells Arjun that, Arjun, this was not a real alligator, it was a yantra. What is yantra? Basically nothing but AI. A creature created by AI was there to test. Now, 20, not 20, I think this was released 30 years ago, Mahabharata, on Indian
The,
national television.
the series made
The
based on
series,
Mahabharata. Huh?
right? Yeah. It was released 30 years ago when we were very young, when we were 5, 6 years old, was when Mahabharata was released. Now, at that time, anyone would say, oh, this is fantasy, this is mythology. But today, if I can say that this is AI, people will believe it's very much possible to create a creature with AI, right? So, just like that,
Robot. Yeah, a robot. Yeah.
robot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, exactly just like robot, that was a robot created. Now, we will be going into the future when people will understand all about what today in 2026, whatever people call as mythology and woo woo, people will themselves start experiencing these things. The whole reason I brought this forward was, you know, in today's world, science itself is saying that we cannot see certain things beyond the human vision, coming back to that point of mine. So that is why
Yeah.
I got this. And we got a little
Yeah.
distracted from the topic, but yes,
Yeah.
this was what I wanted to share.
Okay, understood. So wait, so now, so that's amazing and really fascinating. So, but why you think unicorns are, so why the sudden interest in unicorns now, like now,
Yeah,
nowadays, or why you can say unicorn energy and unicorns are appearing all over the world at in the
yeah,
current days. So
in
can
the
you
current
explain
days. Yeah,
something?
yeah. See, humanity is currently going through a massive consciousness shift. Since 2012, it has already started. And in the 2020, during the pandemic time, a lot of people started experiencing the shifts in consciousness. The old energies of fear, control, and separation are slowly dissolving. What is a separation? Separation is, we always try to say that you are different and I'm different. But the collective consciousness, where we connect with each and every person and we say that we all are one, or oneness energies are emerging. So unicorns are stepping forward more strongly. The unicorn energies are stepping forward because they're assisting humanity in moving towards higher frequencies.
Hmm.
Which are those frequencies? Frequencies of love, compassion, creativity,
Hmm.
freedom, and divine purpose.
Hmm.
And that's again, I will bring this again, that's the reason children are naturally attracted to unicorns, because they are naturally in this energy of
Hmm.
Compassion
And
and create.
I think being fearless, because to start something new, you have to have that strength and courage. And if you live in a fear
Absolutely.
energy, like your client said the other day, she
Yeah.
wanted to do something new, but then she said, I don't know, I fear that this may not work. So, this fear part, which kids don't have, if you see,
Yes. Yes.
very rarely, if you will see a
Yes.
child who is fearful, and if he's fearful, it's because of some actual thing which gave him trauma. But as
Yes.
by nature, the kids would climb the trees and jump over walls, and even if they fall and
We
something
did that,
they
right? We all
scratch,
have done that.
yeah, all of us did that. And if something their knees get scratched, they just feel that oh, it's okay, it's nothing. They cry for a minute and then they forget
Then
it
they
because in
start
their
playing again.
dictionary there is no fear. So being fearless and being forward
Yeah.
is one of the unicorn energy and I think the
Absolutely.
divine purpose.
Totally. Totally. Totally.
And so now basically adults are also awakening and I think they're
Yes.
remembering these energies
Yes.
because people suddenly start a new business, suddenly leave their jobs. There is this batch of millennials which have started new ventures,
Yes.
including you, including me.
Yes.
There's so many of them, and there are so many of our clients who come to us and they have these dream in their mind, and they say, "Okay, I want to start
Absolutely.
my own job better sooner than later,
Yeah.
rather than wait
Yeah.
till in your 50s." They want to
Absolutely.
just do it in now in their late 30s, early 40s, and
Yeah.
even earlier. So this it needs to be being fearless, and it needs to be so
Absolutely.
people are remembering the adults are remembering these energies now. So, Ashwini, can you guide us? How do unicorns actually help people, adults, in their daily
Yeah.
lives? Maybe
Sure.
we
Sure.
should both
Sure.
jump for that.
So, look, unicorns work in many gentle yet powerful ways. It can be extremely gentle, but at the same time, very powerful, very effective. They help clear negativity from our aura and surroundings,
Hmm.
right? Unicorns also help heal emotional pain. They also help people to increase self-worth, which is, I think, one of the most needed things in
Yes.
today's world, especially in our generation, the millennials, the 1980s and 1990s born people. The younger generation is still like, the Gen Zs are still younger. They are in a different, thing in their
Yeah.
life. But
Different
for our
mindset.
generation,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
different mindset. But for us 1980s born, 1990s born, the people who are a little younger to us, 1990s born. So helping to increase self-worth. Also, unicorns can really help you awaken your intuition or your, they
Hmm.
say the gut feeling, that higher power. We all have that. And like
Hmm.
you said at the start of this podcast, it's something which we can also train. So, everyone, each and every person is born with gut feeling and intuition. But we get trained, when we did our Reiki classes, when we did our any energy practitioner classes, we get trained to build that muscle of intuition,
Yes.
right? So, they also help you to awaken your intuition.
Hmm.
Now, unicorns also assist in number of things. One of the most powerful things which they help you is manifestation. And this is, the manifestation was the word of the year in 2023. And hence, I will
Yes.
say that, yeah, for people to manifest higher outcomes, unicorns can be extremely powerful. Unicorns can also help you with inner child healing. What is inner
Hmm.
child healing? Many people suffer some kind of trauma in their childhood. Maybe they saw a loved one die, maybe their parents went through some economic situations, maybe they were beaten up in school, or maybe something was even more catastrophic, or something really, some kind of abuse which they
Words.
faced with. Now, a lot of people hold that pain in themselves because as children, people are not aware that if they have gone through some trauma, that will affect their adult life. 99% of the problems happen with people because they have not healed that part of them which was in their
Energy.
childhood.
Hmm.
Because in our childhood is a very important part of our life because 90% of our subconscious memories are formed in the childhood.
Mm. And I think they're more impactful because
They
you're
are more
growing up,
impactful.
you're getting imprinted with various
Yes,
ideas happening in the world.
absolutely.
So it
Absolutely.
creates a lot of,
It
yeah,
does. And
trauma.
yes, and hence inner child healing is a very beautiful and a powerful methodology. We use a lot of inner child healing in our work as well.
Yes, yes.
Unicorns really can help beautifully with inner child healing.
Mhm.
Unicorns can also help people with creativity, unleashing creativity in
Yes.
themselves. Unicorns can help you with relationships, more sound and balanced relationships. They can help you with confidence. They can help you with spiritual awakening. and so on and on. And one of the most beautiful things that unicorns help us is they help you connect with joy and wonder, some things which adults have forgotten. Because, I remember, again, coming back to client case studies, there is particular client with whom we've been working for quite some time, and we started introducing working with unicorns in her coaching, in a weekly coaching. And after a couple of weeks, she said that I've never felt this kind of joy ever before, which I'm feeling now. So unicorns do inculcate that sense of joy in you.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful. So Ashwini, can you explain? I think all the listeners must be
Yeah,
wondering. So how can they connect with unicorns? They have so many beautiful features and such beautiful frequencies, and now adults can connect to unicorns. So how can they connect to unicorns? What would you say to them?
yeah. So, see, unicorns are available to everyone.
Hmm.
Okay. The key is openness, purity of intention,
Hmm.
and lot of trust. Okay. So you can connect with unicorns through meditation every day when you wake up in the morning.
Hmm.
When you sit in the meditation, you can just connect to them. You can also connect to them through visualization,
Hmm.
prayers work beautifully.
Hmm. Hmm.
Just like how you connect to angels, you can connect to unicorns as
Hmm.
well.
So basically, you say some words like a prayer, and then you call upon them, like how you call upon angels, or you just pray to God. Basically, I'm sure everyone prays to God. So
Yeah, so you can have a normal prayer, like how you pray. You can even pray in your own language, and you can simply say, I invite the highest unicorn energies of love and light to surround me and guide me for my highest good. Very simple. And then simply stay open to signs, to feelings,
hmm. Hmm. Yeah, like
right?
you can go and spend time in nature. You can go for nature walks, or you can do
Absolutely.
journaling with unicorns, right? You can say write a letter to unicorn, or you can write your wishes,
Yeah,
and then you can call them like that. You can invite them to be in your space by, saying things with them like dreams, your projects which you want to begin, you want to start a new activity, or you want to start a new venture, you want to study something totally new and different, then you can invite unicorns and ask their help, right? I mean, we have done this, Ashwini and I have done this. So they really help you with the new enthusiasm and new vigor. And also there are these oracle cards, unicorn cards by our teacher Raina Cooper. So then these cards, they have some specific messages, and they are also based on energy. So you can just pull a card of the day and see what messages unicorn have for you. So that way also they give you certain hints, and then actually it when you connect it to your practical life, you can find the dots connecting and you get the answers. And there are books. Diana Cooper, she has written books, and there is so much proper, legit information which these spiritual teachers have channeled over the years. And they have information which is actually true. When you sit down for meditation, you will see the same signs. So then you know that you are actually connecting. Right. So
absolutely.
basically, we have to stay open to these signs, feelings, gut feelings, knowing, synchronicities, or colors. There are unicorn specific colors, like what we have behind our podcast theme. Unicorn Insight is the name of our company. So we have those theme colors, unicorn colors. Then, yeah, visitation in dreams, or generally just intuitive messages.
Absolutely.
So we can just simply invite them, as you
Yeah,
said nicely, the prayer, I invite the highest unicorn energies and in my space, surrounding me, guiding me for the highest good.
absolutely. Yeah. So I think everyone can connect to unicorns and
Yes.
they
Yeah.
just show up the moment a pure intention and they'll just
Yeah.
connect to you.
Pure intention is important, and
Yes.
trust is important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Now, one thing which I want to also ask you, Anaga, is people are always curious about the unicorn horn.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, does it symbolize something spiritually?
Yes, yes, actually it does. So basically, the horn, it represents focused divine light
Hmm.
and spiritual truth.
Hmm.
Hmm. So where is the horn placed? You have seen, right, the pictures. It's placed here. So basically
Alright.
here, it's the third eye. Third eye chakra is located for everyone, for human beings, for animals. And it represents higher wisdom. So
Yeah.
since this is basically an energetic light transmission,
Yeah.
which takes the shape of a form and it is moving. The light
Yeah.
is in spirally moving, basically. So energetically, this unicorn horn, it transmits healing light,
Yeah.
clears lower energies, the low
Hmm.
vibrational energies of what we spoke about: fear, anger,
Right.
jealousy, grief, sadness. All these, they clear it
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
helps us to align with our soul path. So every
Yeah.
person has a soul path,
Hmm.
and some people are lucky and fortunate and aware enough to know what their soul path is, and they're already on their soul path.
Right.
Ever since as a child, they are more aware, they found their right path, they are expert in
Yeah.
what they're doing. And if you're not, then be sure unicorn will put you on this soul path. And if you are on your soul path, then unicorns will help you even more on this soul path.
Hmm. Hmm.
So this horn is the thing with which unicorns work, and they sense energy. It sends energy. So that's how receive the energy from unicorn, through his horn, and of course through his aura and through the light and the energies which they're sending. But this is where the center is, and this particular horn, it reminds us to live with clarity,
Yeah.
integrity, and
Hmm.
spiritual wisdom.
Wow. So beautifully you put it all together.
Yeah.
That's really wonderful. And it's so good to know that.
Hmm. I think kids are intrigued with that horn. Even when we
Exactly.
were kids, we were just like so excited to see a unicorn and his horn. It's like a big deal. And these are the reasons why it is a big deal. Even as kids, if we didn't know these words, like exact meanings of what it is and spiritual wisdom and all these words,
Yeah.
still we used to get attracted to the unicorn colors and unicorn, as I said, all these water bottles and bags and pencil boxes and pencils and pens and these unicorn toys. So the horn, yes.
We
So
have a lot, me and Anaga have a lot of it in our home.
yeah, and that's why we got attracted to all this, because it does emit divine light and it brings forward the spiritual truth.
Yes. Thanks for sharing it. So well said.
Ashwini, so do you have any connection, your connection with unicorns? Do you have any story, or can you share something which you actually experienced? Because
Hmm.
I think you feel very deeply and personally with
Yes.
unicorn energy. So can you share how did it first enter your life, and any specific event
Yes,
or any
yes.
specific, yeah.
So see, it's a long story, but I'm going to put it in basic, small, easiest way possible. Otherwise, I can keep talking. So, so my journey with unicorns began in what I call as a very transformative phase of my life after my Reiki Masters training, the first Reiki Master training which I had in the year 2014. And after that, in 2015, when I was working in London and at that point of time, and I was in the financial service industry. I was working in an investment bank, and during work assignments, that was a time I was very happy, very full of joy. At that point of time, I repeatedly started seeing unicorn images, on posters, on hoardings, unicorn toys in, um, you know, child's play stores like Hamleys. Everywhere I started seeing unicorns.
Hmm.
One evening, after noticing a unicorn image that strongly caught my attention,
Hmm.
I started dreaming about radiant white unicorns.
Hmm.
Um, and they were filled with joy and freedom. It was a very surreal, very beautiful experience. And at that point of time, because I was already into Reiki practice, I used to meditate long hours because I was staying away from family. I
Hmm.
was spending all my time after work in my meditation and spiritual work. So soon in a meditation, I actually experienced presence of beautiful white unicorns. Okay, surrounded by pure light. I still get goosebumps when I think of those experiences. Over the next few months, unicorns guided me through major, what I call as life transformations now, including me leaving this corporate job into finance and stepping fully into what I call as my sole purpose as a spiritual teacher, healer, speaker. And over a period of time, through the teachings of course, my teacher, Diana Cooper, I later understood that these experiences were very real, very authentic, very spiritual connections.
Hmm.
And the divine guidance was leading me to what I call as my divine calling. Because I remember I had these experiences, and then I bumped into this book by Diana Cooper, 55 Steps to Ascension with the Archangels, which I always say that that book was the turning point of my life. I first had experience with unicorns, and then I read about it, which was almost like the universe telling me that Ashwini, you are not imagining, you are not hallucinating. These experiences are authentic and real, which then unfolded this path, to me. I later on, of course, I also did the Diana Cooper Unicorn Teacher Training, and I've been teaching now. So over the next few years, during meditations, during healing sessions, the energies of the unicorns feel incredibly soft, yet very powerful. Almost like waves of sparkling light, and you feel as if you are surrounded by unconditional love, which is a very beautiful experience which you get with the unicorns.
Yes.
Sometimes they just appear through intuitive visions, through colors, like you said, Anaga, the
Hmm.
colors of unicorn, the sparkling colors. I also started liking white and pastel colors a lot. And suddenly feelings of peace and expansion coming to you. You getting this awareness, these ideas which you worked on, like I also get sometimes when I'm sitting in meditations, I get these ideas for workshops. People
Hmm.
enroll in large numbers
Hmm.
for those workshops.
Hmm.
And when me and Anaga, we sometimes sit and we brainstorm, Anaga, when you and I, we
Yes.
brainstorm and we get these ideas and we announce a workshop. And, like for all our viewers who are listening, there were some workshops which we announced and we were like, okay, maybe people are going, it's too short notice for people to join. But then you see people, 20, 30 people joining those
Yes.
workshops and those workshops changing their lives. I feel, all of this is how the unicorns work with you. And what I personally love the most is how they instantly uplift the energy and bring hope. I'm sure, Anaga, you have, I would also like to ask you about your experiences with the unicorns, if you can share that with our.
Yes, I'd love to. So yeah, it's like one of the most powerful experiences I had with unicorns. I was doing the course to become a unicorn teacher. And we had this class at the particular time. Every week there was this particular day, and at a particular time we used to have this class. And we learned different things, and we invited unicorn energy into our space, and we did the course. One particular week, So after a few sessions, one particular week, the class was cancelled that particular week and it got rescheduled to the next week. And throughout the class, since day one, I used to keep asking the unicorn energy to show me a sign and connect to me and let me know how, in a very clear way and in a very powerful way, I want to get the sign that I'm getting connected to the unicorn energy and it's actually working. So, okay, so this was my question since many days, many weeks since I started learning. And coming back to the week where the class was cancelled. So during that time, I did some heavy work and I was super tired. And incidentally, I got a nap. Like I took a short nap during the same time which the class usually would have been held, but it got cancelled this week. And when I slept, it was such a beautiful dream. And my personal unicorns came to visit me. There was so much unconditional love. They were playing with me as if you play with your pet, like you have a pet dog or a pet cat, and how they play around you. You talk to them, you cuddle them, you actually say things, and they reply to you with their eyes. And then these unicorns were actually talking to me because they were unicorns and I was dreaming, right? So they were talking to me. And what I felt was unconditional love in my heart chakra. And it was the feeling of a real safe love feeling, like how you feel with your mom. It was that feeling, the love feeling, which is pure love, which you get from your parents, your mom, or someone you love deeply. And they came to me, they were close to me, and we spoke, and they told me that yes, we are your unicorns, and we want you to know that the sign, this is the sign, and the one which you were asking, and it was all bright, the unicorn colors which we say the pure white unicorn colors, the rainbow energies and the shimmering white color, all those unicorn colors were there surrounding me, my aura, with these unicorns playing around me. And they had beautiful luscious white hair, mane, and beautiful tails, all these energies which we have been listening and learning. They actually appeared to me like that. And
Wow.
I woke up with such a happy feeling, how you spend time with your loved ones and you really love deeply and you feel really full with love. And I still had that feeling even after I woke up.
Wow.
So this was such a beautiful, clear sign to me. And I said, yes, I have been asking about the sign and unicorns, how they come to you.
Yeah.
And funny thing is that we did not do the class that day. So it's not like I actually invited them. I was still in my other routine, the daily practical homely routine, workly routine you have as an individual. I did not do the unicorn class that day, but
Wow.
they came in my dream. So they just, how they show themselves in dreams,
How they
is a
showed.
beautiful
So true.
example.
Yeah. And one thing which I would also like to add to this, Anaga, like as you said, that was the time when the class was on. So it was as if they were ready to connect to you at the same time and they just
Yeah,
showed
as
up.
per usual schedule.
Yeah,
And
as
since we
per
didn't do
usual
the
schedule.
class, they came to me saying, hey, we are here. We didn't see you in the class today, but we are here.
How beautiful is that? And around the same time, if you remember, we had, when our unicorn teachers training was on, I lit a candle and this is the candle wax. If you can clearly
Yeah.
see,
Yeah. So yeah, the candle, it was a big candle, right? And then the wax
it
flew
was a
down
pillar
on the
candle.
floor. Huh. Huh. So you lit the candle and this wax flew on the floor, right?
This wax flew on the floor. And afterwards, like, because I was sitting in my office and I didn't, after the training was done, I came back home. And the next day, when I went to my office again and I was ready to get it cleaned to start my day, I saw that the wax was in the shape of unicorn
Yeah.
with the eye,
With the eye, with the horn,
with the
and
horn,
and his mane. Look at the
mane.
mane. It looks like all the white, and see, it's white in color,
And this
like
is
all
like
white hair.
absolutely, and I like the aroma. It was a scented candle, which was
Huh.
very much a unicorn inside. It was a pillar candle. The pillar candles, the
Huh.
the
Huh.
big ones.
The huge ones, yes.
So there was no way in which this could have
Beautiful.
happened. Yeah, so these
Can
are
you
the
show
ways.
again?
Yes, I can show again.
See, it looks like a unicorn. That's his
Absolutely. With the
face, and
eye.
all his hair is all over near his neck. And there's his eye, and there's his mouth, and that's his horn. Oh my God.
So this was, I
I
think,
remember this. Yeah.
and like of course I had almost forgotten about this experience as we were shooting for the podcast. And also it's very funny because I'm doing this podcast from my bedroom, not from my office. I'm doing it from my bedroom. So this was right next to where I'd kept my laptop.
See, the
So it's
unicorns wanted you to be there in the room and not in your office so that you can show everyone this beautiful wax, how it took the shape.
it's beautiful how feathers. We also There have been times like when I visit you in Singapore and we go out on evening walks, we've often seen clouds in the
Clouds.
shape of unicorns,
Yes.
in the shape of dragons. You just see them in the sky. So
Yes.
it's very beautiful how nature is communicating to us
Hmm.
each day
When we pay attention, then
when
we
we pay
know.
attention.
Hmm.
So I think there are so many beautiful experiences. And
Yeah.
like I said, me and Anaga can talk on this topic forever with our connections to the unicorns.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Anaga, I love to like, of course, I loved the way you shared about your experience. But would you have any message which you would like to share for our listeners from the unicorn realm?
Yeah, I think the message is it's a bit straightforward, but yet very profound. What they are telling us is not to ever lose our inner light.
Yeah,
Mm. And never stop believing in magic, purity, and love. So they continuously give these lessons to us. They show this
yes,
magic in small ways, like how you are now sitting in the bedroom. Why? Who knows why? And we had this beautiful candle wax lying
candle
next to
wax,
you, which we would have missed if you were taken the call from the
office.
study room in your office. So magic and its purity. They are very pure. They are very, they have very innocence like children,
Yeah,
and they bring love, lots and lots of unconditional love. So unicorns remind us that spirituality does not have to be heavy. That
yeah,
energy is very light and fun and
yeah,
joyous and wondrous, the wonder with which how kids look at things.
yeah,
Wow, look at that, so beautiful. These words, kids say it so
yeah,
often. Adults may not be saying it that often. They are just lost in the daily
yes,
stress, routine. But then unicorns reminds us, they remind all the adults also to, be joyful, to be playful, to be graceful,
yeah,
to be filled with wonder in every small
absolutely.
thing. Take a pause, observe, enjoy the smallest things
Yeah,
in your daily life. And as we raise our vibration, this becomes easier and easier. And even human beings, all the awakened human beings, all the aware human beings, we become the living beacons of light for
yes,
the rest of the world. And we can show them the way and we can guide them.
absolutely. So beautifully said. And I think I would always say that for anyone who wants to begin their journey with the unicorns, you just have to keep an intention. And of course, for I know there are many people who may be connecting to this podcast and they may be thinking that how can we know more about unicorns, especially for healers, Reiki practitioners, for therapists, for people who are already into spirituality.
Hmm.
So all I can say is as we both as teachers of the Diana Cooper School of White Light, we also do workshops on unicorn healing,
Yes.
on working with the unicorns, manifesting with the unicorns. So if you would be interested, you can just drop, an email to us, and we would love to help you with this journey, because somewhere I believe that since we both connect to unicorns and it's almost like a calling, it's also our calling to be a unicorn teacher. And I'm sure it's not a coincidence that you are watching this podcast or listening to this podcast.
True.
So, below we everything, all our email address, our website, everything is given. So do not hesitate to write to us. If you would be interested in learning about unicorns, you can inculcate them in your Reiki practice, in your healing, in your meditations, and for all those who are not even healers. But if you really want to, what I call as, take quantum leap in life, you want to grow in careers, you want to have better relationship with your children, in your family, have more harmony, or you just want to explore the realm of magic, I think a unicorn, taking a unicorn workshop, even when you take just one workshop with unicorns, it's so beautiful. So we would be more than happy to be your teachers on this journey, and we would look forward to be a part of your unicorn magic. Just the way we at Unicorns Insights believe in magic, I think we would love to have you there.
Thank you, Ashwini. Thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing today your wisdom, your light. And I had so much fun. And thank you, all listeners and all viewers, for joining us on this magical journey into the realm of unicorns. And if you liked this episode, if you liked our podcast, and if you resonated with this episode, then do share with your family and friends, your loved ones, and continue exploring the beautiful teachings of our dear teacher Diana Cooper to know more. And yes, you're welcome to join our workshops on unicorns as well. So until next time, Ashwini, shall we say bye?
Yes, thank you so much.
And all of you stay aligned, stay magical, and stay in the light. Take care. Bye.